What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Get Rich or Go Broke Shine. I'm your host, Eddie Kane. With me is my co-host, DC. What's going on, man?
What's happening, folk? What's going on, family? How y'all doing out there today, man?
Like football, it just seemed like football news is coming like right one after another. Well, there was anything in specific that caught your eye just over today? Like any of the moves?
Honestly, man, it got me thinking back to our the quarterback roulette episode that we had, and after y'all getting DK, after the Steelers landing DK, man, it kind of leaves me wondering, like, what are you guys gonna do at the quarterback position? Like, where's your cap space at?
Yeah, I know. You asked me about it earlier. I didn't even know at the time, but we're sitting at like 30 mil after the trade and then the new contract. Because I believe it was 5 years, 150, or 5 years. Was it 5 years, 130, or 5 years, 150?
It was one something.
It was a bag, and honestly, it's a move.
It was
It's a move that
bad.
the Steelers don't normally make, which is why I like it. Because normally
It threw me. It threw me through the loop too, man. Y'all normally build through the
we normally
draft,
build to
like so. So
at
for y'all
that
to,
position too. Like
yeah,
for
honestly, across the
across
board,
the board,
man.
but like
I don't.
specifically that
Y'all
position,
normally
like that
build through the
position, the pass
draft.
rusher, like those are the two positions that it don't matter if we pick them in the draft, they probably gonna be a stud. But
Yeah.
I really like that move. I think it shows that Tomlin's serious about opening up the offense. Him and Pickens next to each other, bro. Jesus Christ. Hey, if they can
I
both
mean, it
keep
was.
their heads together, because like when we talk about in tennis about the hot heads, in football, those two, Pickens and Metcalf, pretty much are tennis hot heads.
I mean, I think DK actually challenges his high headedness into playmaking abilities. Pickens just turns that shit into motherfucking penalties, bro.
He
Like, it's just
So
fucking
that's
penalties for
probably
him,
gonna be
man.
my favorite storyline going into the season is like how is that relationship gonna work? And then like you
I think
said
it's
it,
gonna
like
be
who's the
cold.
quarterback that's gonna be, you know,
That's gonna
pretty
be the
much
factor
up
right there
until
for me.
today, or like up until that trade, pretty much everything I've been reading was showing that Fields was the priority. After this trade today, I don't know where that stands now. So we could go through the draft with a rookie. I know you sent me something earlier.
Think Sanders falls to y'all at 21, man.
I believe we picked Pickett at 21 too.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think Sanders falls to y'all at 21, especially after Seahawks trading away Geno. So the Raiders is out at this point. I don't see a Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins situation over there.
I mean, we could sign Kirk to a $15 million.
Might be able to get Kirk.
And you know my philosophy with Kirk. He's either throwing for 500 or he's throwing 5 picks. Like there's no way or the other. And I just don't want to do it. Personally, I don't want to deal with that. If we could find a way to get
I
Fields,
mean,
that's what I would like to do. But with this trade, I just don't see. I think that's the Steelers saying they're moving in another direction.
y'all might be able to land Sammy D, man, on a backloaded
Don't do that.
contract. Y'all might be able to. I see
I
it.
promise, I really
I
want him to go
see
to
it
the
now.
Jets. I want him to go back to the Jets so bad, or the Giants.
He
That
ain't
the
going
Giants would
back to
make
the
even
shit.
better storyline because then he goes to the other New York team.
But they don't play each other like
No,
that,
but
though.
they're in the same city and the marketing and all that. Like, I just feel like that's the perfect fuck you to the Jets organization. You driving
Yeah,
around seeing the quarterback you drafted as a franchise guy on the other city's teams posters and stuff. Like, that's funny to me. That's the story I'm rooting for.
I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't even think the Jets have enough to even. I mean, the Giants they do have enough, but I just don't. I don't see. I see them developing a
That
quarterback out of the
division's
draft.
tough,
I see
man. Like, if they were in the NFC South,
every season,
yeah,
bro.
if they were,
Every
because even
season.
the Cowboys, like, we sit here and make fun of the Cowboys every year. They're not a bad team,
And fuck, they really are,
huh?
though. They really are,
I mean,
though.
they're an average team. I feel like, especially with Jason Garrett, he was the king of 8-8s.
Hey, man, that's not, and that's the thing about it, bro. You really can't put too much fault on the head coach. You all the blame has to go on Jerry. All of it.
Especially with that organization.
With that organization, you literally ride or die with Jerry. Like, it's either sink or swim by what Jerry says. I don't give a fuck. Like, them motherfuckers trash to me, bro.
What'd you think of the
That's
Miles
like,
Garrett
I
contract?
wasn't even, See, now that's what's got me kind of fucked up, man. Because for some reason, I could have sworn Gino had signed a contract too. So honestly, I see the Myles Garrett thing as more like a sign and trade, possibly. Like, I mean, you got a little bit more back on the back end, knowing that he has an extension. So if he still wants to get traded, great. But I don't see throwing money at a situation when a player's already requested to be traded a good idea.
Yeah, that's this
openly requested.
Yeah, and the
traded.
reports were that he was not open to a contract extension either.
At all.
You know, so that's the eyebrow raiser there, you know, because I don't think it was a money play, but as of right now, that's what it looks like. It looks like it was all just a money play.
It's gonna be deserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's not like he doesn't deserve the bank. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely well deserved.
Outside of TJ Watt, those are like the top 2 defensive player of the year candidates for the last 4 or 5 years, sack leaders 4 or 5 years.
See, and I think the reason why is the signed contract is because I don't think a lot of teams don't want to get stuck like how the Jets got stuck with Hassan Reddick. And the dude refused to report to camp. So now at this point in time, the man's going to report to camp. You know he's going to get his money. He's signed for how long was the deal? What, 3-4 years is usually the extension?
Yeah, 4 years. 4 years,
like 4
I believe
years,
it was
so
like extra $123 million, as averaging out to be like $40 million a year.
And then on top of what he's, and then how many years did he have left on his contract?
I believe he only had 1 year left on the deal. Yeah.
1 year. So you got him for the next 5 years if they were to decide to trade him before the season. I still think the trade's on the table. I just think that him re-signing that contract extension is insurance for the team that they plan on trading him to. Or
I'm with you. I believe them signing the contract is like that was their security blanket, and just push the option of a trade into the season. Like, I don't think with the deal that he had before this extension, I don't think you could have went in the training camp with that. This would at least bring him the training camp, and you know what I mean? Like, even if you do trade him,
especially after that whole Reddick situation. Especially after that whole Reddick situation, I don't think any team wants to get caught with their pants down, right?
Yeah.
So going into the season, who do you see as a Steelers starting quarterback?
Who said who do I think is gonna be the Steelers quarterback?
Who do you like down, like straight up, like cap, all of that shit? Like, who do you see as your best starting quarterback?
It's either gonna be some form of Russ, Fields, or one of those two, or a rookie at this point. I'm not believing the A-Rod hype. I don't think we don't want to pay him that contract because he's still gonna demand some type of money. And with the cap space we have now, I think we have other holes that we're gonna look at. I believe we're gonna go the cheap quarterback route.
What other holes do you guys need to fill?
Huh?
What other holes do you guys need to fill outside of the quarterback and running back position?
I would probably say our our offensive lineman position. We've put a lot of capital into it over the past couple of years, but it's just been injury plagued, so they still haven't had time to like play together and mesh. So you can never have enough bodies on the offensive line.
Yeah, we know.
And I do believe that we are a good secondary player signing away from being a great secondary.
I had too much to say about your secondary, man. I wanted us to draft Porter, but see how things play out.
I think Minka's still playing at an all-pro level. I believe Joey Porter Jr. has another level to get to. I don't know if he'll get to it this year, but I do believe I do believe his ceiling is still high.
I like his playmaking abilities, man.
Yeah, he has great football instincts.
Big play in the secondary. Yeah.
Well, like when I say he has another level, it's more of like the technique and just the experience of being in the game. What was his second year this year? This is kind of the year that.
So
this is the year that usually your third or fourth year is that year you tend to make that jump if you're gonna make it.
Honestly, if you ain't shown it in the second year, then you usually it's so many late bloomers out there, man. That after that fourth or fifth year, like if you don't see anything after that fourth or fifth year, it's just pretty much bust. But yeah, 3 years to evaluate that draft prospect is usually that time frames.
I'll tell you to the Rams. Any thoughts on that?
We was talking about that pre-show, man. I feel like if you feel like Cooper, you like them to bring Cup, but I don't.
I know. I didn't say I like them to bring Cup. I just said if they find a way to keep him, that's a scary team in the NFC.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I believe that trade is a move away from it.
Yeah, Devontae's washed, bro. I've never been an Adams fan at all. Like I mean, he dominated the league. He did his thing. Him and A-Rod. It's easy to do when you're the only wide receiver he has to throw to. You know what I'm saying? Even what's his name? Brandon Marshall looked good with the Bears when he was there. And what happened as soon as Jay
Cutler
Cutler
was
left?
slaying that thing though.
Hey, but Cutler was the only receiver he had to throw
Nah,
to. You see what I'm saying? So it's Adams. I like his hands.
he still had better
That's
numbers
about
than
it.
Wilson last year. Once again, it was, Rodgers forcing so many targets that way too.
Think they ever got their chemistry together, man.
Who?
That's
Wilson
the
and
biggest.
Rodgers?
Wilson and Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they ever got their chemistry
Nah.
together, man.
It was that whole Jet situation, man. I just think of all the videos and the stuff they were doing before they got Rodgers. Like there was one, I believe it was Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and Brees Hall, and they was outside like by a campfire. And Sauce is just he has his phone out recording. He's asking Garrett Wilson. He's like, man, can you imagine like catching passes from Aaron Rodgers, man? And Garrett's like, man, like, who gonna stop us? Like, who's gonna beat us? And then Brees Hall, he's like, yeah, Brees. And then what about you taking carries from Aaron Rodgers? Brees Hall was like 80 yards to the crib. He's like, ain't nobody stopping this offense. They're like, come on, Rodgers, come on. It just like from that moment they made that video to the moment they signed, like
they was gonna make some noise, man. I really, really, really thought they was gonna.
You
make
were,
some noise,
and I tried to tell you, man. I wasn't even.
I was the biggest supporter of that fucking team, man. I wanted them to ball so fucking
Then
hard.
they won the
bro.
first game, and you was like, "What I tell you? What I tell you?"
It's up. It's up. And even to the end. Even to the end, I kept putting my money on the motherfuckers, man.
The worst part was
week after week.
I thought they were gonna make noise the first year. Like I was all in first year. As soon as he tore his Achilles, I knew it was. I'm kind of the same way with Kyrie right now, bro. I think Kyrie's done. Like, I didn't mean to transition to basketball that quick. I think that's the last we're gonna see of Kyrie being great. Was this year?
That's some fucked up shit to say.
You 34, you're going to be 34 when you come back, and your greatest strength in the game requires your knees. You're not, like, he's not going to have any knees left. It took Jamal Murray almost a year and a half to come back. Like, even once he come back and started playing again from his torn ACL, it took him about a year and a half to, like, start looking like Jamal Murray again. Jamal Murray's 10 years younger than Kyrie. I don't see it. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I love Kyrie.
I know you're wrong.
Like,
I know you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong.
I know you. Rest up, Kai.
Rest up, buddy.
Yeah, rest up, man, because this motherfucker.
You got anything else football-wise, man, before we get into these picks?
Outside of me seeing Rodgers going to the 49ers, man, along with Cooper Kupp, like that's my future NFL play.
All right, so what's the narrative
Rodgers.
on this one? Like, walk me through it.
What, Rodgers? It's super. Rodgers chasing. He ring chasing.
So where does Purdy go?
Nobody wants to be Purdy. I don't know where the fuck Purdy gonna go. Purdy's a system quarterback, anyways. He's a system quarterback, anyways. Yeah, he need to go ahead and take that check they gonna give him before they go ahead and drop his
I don't
ass.
think they're gonna give him something.
That's what the fuck he need to do. I don't think so either. The motherfuckers, he's Mr. Irrelevant. The last person drafted in that goddamn class,
but
man. You ain't even supposed to have did what you did.
But then you look around the league and Tua's making $50 million. And what's Tua done compared to what you done?
Shit. That's where they gotta stop that shit, man. You can't just give every fucking quarterback a bag
just because somebody else did a dumbass decision.
Yeah, you gonna go ahead and throw $2 million on top of what the last quarterback got to make them the highest paid quarterback. They gotta stop this shit.
Separate cap for quarterbacks. Like, take it out the salary cap.
Man, I don't see it, man. That wouldn't even.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever do it, but I think it'd be the best thing to do.
The only thing that would end up doing is creating money grab.
The wide receivers.
Like creating a new standard. The wide receivers, and that's what makes me think that y'all are going young at quarterback, is because y'all had to drop the bag on DK. It's just like, from a cap standpoint, y'all have to go pretty much rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, not really. Not with 30 mil. Like I say, I might be able to pull Russ back into the fold.
And I said, with 30 mil, I think we either go with a veteran cheap quarterback and like one other piece, whether it be a offensive lineman or a secondary, maybe another pass rusher, just because Alex Highsmith does like to tend to miss 3 games a year here and there. But I
feel like y'all can pick that up in the draft, though. So you guys not bringing back Najee at all?
I have no read on that personally. I mean, you know where I stand. I hope we don't. I think he's hit his ceiling. I think who he is. I think what he is who he is. And he's not a terrible back, but I just when your backup player comes in and looks better than you, even though the numbers don't reflect it.
Here we go. Here we go with that shit, man. Like I said, we can say the same thing about Tony Pollard and Zeke. The same exact fucking thing, bro. As soon as they got rid of him, what the fuck did Tony do?
You're right. But that don't mean it's always gonna be that way.
Tony ain't do shit.
But hear me out. I don't believe that Jalen Warren's gonna be the start running back though. I'm just saying, like.
So you saying y'all draft a running back?
Yeah, I see us drafting one and like it becoming like he might lead the splits, but it's gonna be split. But it just the offense just had a different feel, like when Jalen was moving, and he has better catching abilities outside the pocket, in my opinion.
I mean, I get it. It's kind of like, I mean, but at the same time, you also got to realize, man, when you bring Najee into the game, it's either he's going to be blocking or he's going to be running. Yeah. There's just one of the two.
And I know the grass ain't always green on the other side.
You know what
I just feel like with this, it's been there, done that.
Yeah, y'all running back room, man.
Our offense is definitely going to be interesting this year. If nothing else, it'll be interesting, which you cannot say about the Steelers' offense in the last 5-6 years.
Which is really going to throw me off, man, because y'all getting away from what y'all known for, which is the run game. Like, we're going to see how that shit play out.
All right, let's move on to a quick recap of last week's picks. I'm on fire. There ain't nowhere else to put it right now. 75%, 9-3, last 3 episodes. Another 3-1 day on Friday. We had Memphis -10. We actually got lucky on Memphis -10 versus the Mavs on Friday. That was actually a pretty close game up until like maybe 2.5, 3 minutes left, and Jason Kidd just decided to take everybody out and put like all these G League players in. So we ended up cashing that. Winnipeg Jets money line -122 versus the Devils. That was over within the first period. It was 2-0 at the end of the first. Like I said on the last episode, Devils captain Jack Hughes out for the season. I just felt like that was just a derailing moment for them. They were building playoff momentum. Winnipeg's the best team in the league and wiped the floor with them. I believe they ended up winning the game 5-1, 6-1. Somebody who broke our hearts today, Giovanni Pericard, cashed on Friday +102 versus Morozin. He beat Morozin 6-4 in the first set. And then Morozin retired after the set. So we ended up getting a quick, easy, I ain't gonna say, it was easy, but light plus money on that one. And our only L of the day, that goddamn Blazers train, man. Thought they was gonna do it. They were +122 against OKC, I believe. At tip-off, they even got as close as to like +106. It was pretty close to start the game. Even at halftime, I believe it was like a 6-point game. And then Oklahoma City just went stupid in the third quarter. I believe they outscored them by almost 20 points. What was it? Aaron Wiggins had 30 points. Normally coming off the bench, just came out and blew them away. I believe Isaiah Joe had like 18 points to go with it. And they ended up beating the Blazers by like 15, 20 points. So we took an L on that. But, hey, 3-1 day, you can't beat it.
Yeah, unless you had that 4-pick parlay in. That's about it.
Yeah, that one, that hurt. It's Pericard today.
Me,
that one hurt.
Yeah, I should have played that one back in. That one was on me. I normally do.
But. All right, so for episode 9, I have 3 picks. We're going to pretty much, they're all for Monday. None of them are Monday night, I believe. Yeah, everything I have is Monday night. First game, we're going to stick with Memphis -5 versus the Phoenix Suns. That's at 8:10 p.m. Memphis -5 is -110. Jaren Jackson Jr. is out. I believe that's the only person of significance for Memphis. Unless Phoenix is playing a bad team, I'm fading them. I don't think they want to be in the play-in just as much as Dallas does. I really believe the 10th seed in the West is going to go to a team that doesn't want it.
Why do you feel like the Suns don't want to make the playoffs, man?
Because
they was hooping today.
I don't believe Kevin Durant's invested anymore. Kevin Durant's going to be traded this summer.
I don't know, not the way he was hooping today, but I'm pretty sure he'll be traded. But I think he's still everybody's ring chasing, man. I don't think anybody's going to just lay down.
I mean, you beat a G League Mavericks team About like what, 8 points? Congratulations.
Bit more than that.
Either way, like you got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, and you're beating a G League team by 8-10 points.
You saying Bradley Beal like that motherfucker the truth or something, bro? That motherfucker.
I mean, they traded their
future.
future away for him.
What future?
Then they give up like 3 first-round picks and like some players for him.
That shit don't be mean the goddamn.
Either way, my point is, I don't think that I think everybody that's not in the top 10, like from 9 and up, playoffs. From 10 down, Cancun. That's the mindset right now. Everybody's trying to get the best position for Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, and Cooper Flag this summer. Blazers might even fuck around and get the 10th one.
Probably, man. No, we're gonna see though. I think I got a little bit more faith in Phoenix than that though.
All right, so next we're taking the Raptors at -6.5. They're playing the Wizards at 7:40 p.m. tomorrow. They lost a heartbreaker to the Wizards last night on Saturday. I actually watched the end of that game. They were down by 8 most of the fourth quarter. Came all the way back, brought it to within 1. I believe they even took the lead at some point with like a minute left. They started trading buckets with the lead at 1. And then can't remember the kid's name, but he broke one of the Wizards defenders down and he got the shot off and hit it. Well, we thought he got the shot off, but was a buzzer beater layup to win the game 119 to 118. They ended up calling off and the Wizards ended up winning 118 to 118. So I expect the Raptors to get a nice revenge game back tomorrow. Wizards got a crazy road trip coming up. I don't think this is something that they trying to be involved in.
Okay, gotcha.
Then my last pick I got, and I believe you got something for this game too. I'm taking the Ottawa Senators -172 money line versus the Detroit Red Wings at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. Red Wings are a complete disaster right now. At least 5 straight losses. Senators are playing well, just beat the Rangers and the Chicago Blackhawks back-to-back in overtime. Offense is looking nice. The defense is not allowing as many goals as they were. I believe they're like only averaging 2.68 goals allowed per game, which is lower than what their season average has been most of the year. I think they're going to try to make a decent playoff push. And the Red Wings, I don't know what's going on. I haven't looked to see if there's any injuries, but something's happened to them, and they can't win games anymore. So I'm gonna take the hot team and ride with the Senators.
Got you on that one. Yeah, man. That is part of my. I just have an unofficial parlay for the night. Nice little 4-pick parlay for the people at home, and that was the first leg that I actually added when I got to doing my research was Detroit Red Wings versus the Senators. I like them under 5.5. I really like them. My sweet spot is under 6.5 whenever I'm playing any type of hockey. Just because it's been a few times like, man, should it be like 2-1 going into the third and motherfuckers end up, you know how
and
that
all of a sudden
goes.
3-4 goals go off.
3-4 goals tied up going into fucking overtime type shit.
Overtime, the overtime shootouts count as a goal too. So if you have it, so for people who do not know this for hockey, if you bet, let's say you bet this game at 5.5 and you take the over, if it is at, well, I guess it would only work if the total is an even number. So like, let's say the over and under 6.5. If it is 3-3 in the third period, do not cash out, because if it goes into an overtime, somebody's either going to score a goal there and the goal is going to count, or if it goes to a shootout, the winning team in the shootout is awarded 1 goal. So that ticket will automatically cash. I know a lot of our listeners probably don't bet hockey, so that's just something I want to throw out there for them real quick.
Oh yeah, no problem about that, man. We all about education, bro. Yeah, I like Detroit Red Wings and the Senators to go under in this one, man. I believe from when I was checking the charts, they had them at 6 and they probably end up at a push. But if you can snatch it at 6, -6, and I mean, if you can grab it at under 6.5, that'd be a great play. But I still like it at under 5. When I checked my sim sites, it got me, it landed like right on the head at 5. I took this play because both goalies, I was ear hustling on this podcast one time, man, and the guy had said if the goalies have an above 90% save rate, you should try to take the under. If both goalies do, take the under. So that's one of the reasons why I took this pick right here. Pick number 2 for me was the Rockets versus Orlando Magic. I like the over in this one, man, at 213. It could be a trap game. For me, it just seems kind of low. I know Houston could put up some points, man. I know Magic tend to drag ass, but they normally try to keep pace as well. In the last 10 I had to bust open the crack app, man. You know what app I'm talking about? The app with all the information, like the holy grail of the apps, man. I call it the crack app. Cause I'm on that motherfucker 24 hours a day, bro. Like I'm on it. Yeah, that motherfucker app is a fool, man. But from what I've seen in the last 10 meetings with the Orlando Magics and the Houston Rockets, they've averaged 217. Like that's their average. And at 213, I understand there's a couple of game time decisions. Thompson got hurt. That's what I said. I understand he's out, but like I said, at 213, man, it just seems, like I said, it could be a trap game all day.
One thing about NBA teams, man, I don't know what it is about scoring, but it's like even when when star players go out, you never miss the points. It's the other stuff that you miss from the star players. The points are going to get put up. It don't matter who's on the court. But I just feel like back in the day, like losing a starter or losing a star player, like that hurt.
It changed the whole dynamic of the game.
Yeah,
I think it's the 3-point shooting.
Yeah, whereas now, like if you missing your star player, like you might miss the rim protection, or you might miss, you might miss the penetration, the ball penetration. Pause. But the scoring, like there's too many egos in the league now. Somebody's gonna get the buckets up. Too many kids that watch Kobe and fucking Kyrie and shit. Like, motherfuckers is going to get the shots up.
Hey, man, everybody like a bench hero, man, especially when you're trying to hit that over. So I definitely like it at 213. Like I said, I don't understand why it's that fucking low. It just seems really low to me. Really, really low. But at 213, I definitely would take the over in that one. Pick number 3 that I got for the folks at home. Hey, man, we got to do it. Even though his boo-boo in town, his boo-boo is in town. You know how that shit go whenever Coco and Ben get together, man. They both play like ass. I wanted to fade them. I wanted to fade Big Ben, but I just couldn't, man. The value was too good at this pick. We don't never, ever get Ben at minus 130 something. And with a 1 in front of it, period. We never get him with that. He's always
not before a semifinal. Like, normally, that's usually like a semifinals or a finals pick for him.
Yeah, so like I said, we don't never get that shit like minus 134. But I got to take Ben Shelton on the money line, bro.
Who's he playing?
I just had to. I don't even know how to say the motherfucker's name, and we don't have our Google for him. I forgot to pull it up. Let me check the crack out. I think it's called Karen Kachafa. Yeah, Kavanaugh. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's gonna be a serve game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kakanov. He just played. Yeah. Who did he just played somebody in the tournament final? I believe he played the dude Brody you hate, FAA, Felix.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that, man. That motherfucker cost me a bag, bro. People at home, y'all gotta understand, man. I just don't like a motherfucker, just not to like a motherfucker, man. It's a reason why I don't like that motherfucker. The motherfucker, 9 times out of 10, if I'm calling him a motherfucker and I say I don't like him, the motherfucker costs me some money. Usually 9 times out of 10, if I'm saying I really don't like that motherfucker and he a bitch, it's because the motherfucker cost me money on the last fucking leg of the play. So, honestly, I'm gonna start fading Casper Rudd, man. I had a 5-leg in. That motherfucker cost me the game and that shit. What was that on?
Shitty start to the year. Since the Australian Open, like, he hasn't been worth a damn. Ever since he did he win Dallas or did he lose Dallas? I know he made it to the final, but ever since that final in Dallas, he's been dreadful.
Oh no, I know the motherfucking last match he played on fucking Saturday, nigga cost me about $800. Last fucking leg. I think he ended up winning the second set, going to the third set, just get blown the fuck out, man. I think it was 6-3 in the third set, and I want to say he didn't even win his first fucking game in that set until I want to say it was almost 4-0.
Yeah, that was
before he even won a game. That shit was fucking horrible.
You saw Tiafoe the other day?
Tell me he took that L, bro.
He was down 5-1 in the second set. Came all the way back to go up 6.
Oh, who'd he play? Did he play the person that I said we should fade?
I can't remember who he was playing.
I think that's the motherfucker. I was going to put him on the show. If that's the one I'm thinking about, bro, I was going to put him on the show just to fade him.
He went up 6-5, serving for the match. Lost, got broke, and then lost the tiebreaker. I'm trying to fill it up now to see who it was.
Nah, he won. Nah, he won that last one I'm talking about, man. He won that last one. You talking about in Mexico against Fakina. Yeah. Nah, that can't be it because he won that one 7-6.
Nah,
Yeah, I
it
don't know
might
which
not be
match you
showing it
talking.
then. He just played. No, he won the tiebreaker. But yeah, so he's serving for the match
Okay,
in the
yeah.
6-5, loses, gets broken, and then the dude that he was playing was up 6-3 on Tiafo and ends up losing like 9-7 in the tiebreaker. And Tiafo barely ends up winning. But yeah, he was down 5-1 in the second set. Won 5 straight, got broken serving for the match, and then came back from 6-3 in the tiebreaker.
Yeah, no, man. I learned my lesson with all of that, man. Them match, I try to read them. You can try to read a tennis match all day, man, but
I play his overs now.
sometimes they
That's the only if
you
it's
play
Ti, if
yourself.
I'm either fading them or I'm playing the overs in the for the match. Like I don't pick him to win anymore.
I stopped fucking with him a long time ago. And you already know why. I mean,
That
I'm only gonna
headband be
pick him to
killing me,
fade.
bro. You look like LeBron.
The double head man, man. You know he
Yeah,
ain't the king, man. So you know how that shit goes, bro. You know how that shit go, man. Some motherfuckers. Like I'm starting to get a little thin up there and shit too. But I was like, shit,
yeah.
my shit ain't
I'm
as bad
never.
as
If
them
I gotta
niggas.
rock a double headband, I'm taking it all off, bro. I'll just look like a hard boiled egg at this point. I don't care.
Boy, you stupid. At least you got the chin, though. You got all
Yeah,
that,
nah,
man. I
this ain't
can't get
never
none of
going
that shit
away.
to grow in. Yeah, you good right there, shit. But yeah, like I said, I had a 4-pick, last pick on that leg,
Shit,
man.
I
It's
thought
gonna
that was
be
the last pick. My bad.
nah, you good, folks. Keep it all in. But my official Oakland money line, college basketball, Oakland versus Robert Morris. I like Oakland on the money line. Honestly, man, as I got to digging around on the crack app, man, I really like Oakland on the first half. I really like them for the first
Like
half.
first half full game or just first half?
Honestly, I like it. I was able to find the first half full game plus 400. I like it. I really do like it. I really like just the first time. Reason why I say that is out of their out of their last 10 meetings, Oakland has won the first half.
Mm-hmm.
They might have lost the
But they won
game,
the first
but
half.
they won the first
Okay.
half. Yeah, they won the fucking first half. Like it's almost like Willy Wonka's Houston play. They won the first half. It's
Nah, I
fucking
don't
crazy.
even. That got me. Now I
Yeah,
will say
that shit killed the
he
little
did
four-legger
precursor it a
for me,
couple weeks
bro.
ago saying that's the lock at home.
Yeah, he
He
did
did
say
say
home.
home,
He
and I
did
ain't
say
realize.
home.
Yeah,
In
I
his
didn't think
defense, he
about that
did
until
say
after I placed the
home.
bet. But yeah, that one
Nah, he said he
he
did say
did.
home.
I
He
give him
said that
that.
shit's a
Yeah,
lock
that
at
one still
home. So
hurt, man. That
yeah,
was my
yeah.
only loss on the 4-legger the other night.
Yo, I can pull my script now and show you. Yeah, that shit
Thank
fucked me
God for
too, bro.
UFC. That's
But it
all I'm
is,
gonna say.
man, nah, man, that shit actually kind of fucked me up, man. I'm actually kind of
Because you
upset about
took
that, my UFC
Turner.
weekend.
That was the
Yeah,
one.
I put the play in. I put the play in before he changed his picks. And that's what fucked me up. And I got so mad. Instead of just throwing it, saying, fuck it,
Just
just
throwing
cashing the
another one in.
$100, taking it as an L, just throwing the other one in. I would have cleaned the fuck up still. But I was, nah, nigga getting his feelings and shit, man. When your money getting low,
Man.
you motherfucking, your weekend ain't going the way you
Hey,
thought it was
that's
going
why
to
I was
fucking
waiting for him
go.
to send that. I told, look, y'all see me in the group chat.
You
I
know
was
what I'm
like, I need
saying?
him to drop this, bro. I sat at the border for like 2.5 hours last night waiting for that ticket to come in.
Wait for I'm not gonna lie, that UFC, that motherfucker is cold. That UFC shit, man. Yeah,
Combat sports,
I
ain't
lost
nobody
about a
touching him.
band.
That's what that last
Yeah, I
show.
lost about
Combat
a
sports,
band this
nobody's
weekend on
touching
that
him.
shit, man. Yeah, but like I was saying, the Oakland pick, man, I like them. I like the first half. I like halftime, full time, plus 400. I just think Oakland gets they lick back. They're 0-2 against this team throughout the season. They average more points than them normally. They usually even average more points in their meetings, so I don't know what's happening in the last two. But if you can snag Oakland's halftime, I would definitely throw that in there as a parlay piece. But I do like my official pick for that unofficial parlay is Oakland money line. So my 4-pick parlay is the Detroit Red Wings and Senators to go under 5.5. But if you could snag it at if you could snag it at under 6.5, that'll be even better. Rockets versus Orlando over 213. Ben Shelton on the money line and Oakland on the money line. That's my 4-pick.
Again, once
Right
again,
there.
my 3 picks. I got Memphis -5 versus Phoenix tomorrow. The Raptors -6.5 versus the Wizards, and I am also going in on the Senators game. I'm taking the Senators minus 172 money line versus the Red Wings. I believe the parlay was plus 417 if you put all three of those together. So yeah, man.
Yeah, my parlay is at plus 1411, $25 will bring you home 377.
Man,
Can't beat that. Fuck
show's
it.
been Flama Blanca hot. We gonna keep it rolling.
Baby. Hey, baby, you've been hot. I mean, like I said, I've told people day one, I'm much better when I go live. But no, motherfucker, you've been hot.
Look, I've been telling all of our listeners, when you eat, we eat. When I eat, we eat. Like, if one of us on the show winning, the show's fucking winning. I don't,
Hey, baby, I like that.
At some point, as long as we both not winning, then we got an issue.
Yeah, we got to sit down and talk about some shit.
We might just have to change it to a sports show.
Just a little bit of news with a suggested pick or two.
Yeah, you got anything else for these people before we get out of here?
No, man. I'm. You know what? I'm just really ready for fucking baseball, man. I don't know why. It's just like, honestly, watching basketball is starting to fucking bore me now.
Because baseball has so much
like
plus
fuck.
money options. Like, out of all the sports, there's just so many plus money options you could pick in baseball before the match even starts. That if you can find the right trends, you can really like hit licks in baseball.
Hey, the crazy thing about it, man, we found the right trend just at the end of the season.
No, absolutely.
That's why I'm so excited, because we found the perfect trend.
I told PK and Willie Wonka the other day, I was like, we on that first home run this season. From the first home run, we on it this year.
What? I don't know. I'm lost on
the
that.
Hit by,
bro, I don't know
Milwaukee hit by pitch
about.
After home run trend.
Oh, that shit? Yeah. No, ain't that, didn't Shorty from the
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We on
Discord
it.
come up with that?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We on that from the first, not towards the end of the year, bro. Cash like crazy. I'm talking about over 85% rate towards the end of the year. I'm on it from first home run this year. Now, what I'm interested in seeing is how the odds look different, like how different the odds look this year than last year.
I don't think it's gonna change up much, man. Because you got a motherfucker still got to hit it, and you got a nigga still got to find it too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As long as they ain't found it, I'm gonna be hammering that this year.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for baseball. But nah, man, that's all I got, man. I'm ready to see how this free agency plays out. I'm definitely ready for the draft. I'm ready to have our fantasy football league episode. I'm ready for midsummer for tennis to heat up, back for some Grand Slam tourneys. It's just I'm just over fucking basketball at this point, man. After getting my ass whooped today, bro, watching notable point shaving, motherfucker sitting in the corner wide open, niggas not throwing the motherfucker for the three. I'm just over it. I'm just fucking over. I'm over basketball at this point.
I'm over pro basketball.
Like I'm
gonna keep riding with college
Fuck
basketball.
That. I'm over all of it, bro. I'm over being
until
up by 20 fucking 5 points at halftime.
Then he back on it.
You know something, bro? I might not even.
Now on a Saturday you gonna play it. The other days you ain't gonna play it. At Saturday you
ready
for
this one, bro? You ready for this one? I lost so much money this weekend fucking with basketball, period. I think I might be done with basketball, dude.
I've been done with it since the Luka trade.
I'm going to play my show pick, though. I'm going to play my show pick. But as far as, like, player props, money line, shit like that, bro, I think I might be over that
I've been over it since the Luka trade. Like, and then AD got hurt that first game. Like, I've been over it since the beginning of February.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. But
much love and appreciation to all y'all that be watching, sharing, supporting. Keep doing your thing. We're going to keep sending y'all these winning picks. And as always, we're going to get rich and go broke shine.
Yes, sir.